the two things, this is kind of going to be a follow along type of process. The two things that I'm going to need you to have open if you want to follow along is going to be Facebook. You can be signed into your personal page, and your command. So I'm not sure how many options you guys have. I don't think you'll have Command MC, but you'll just need to be on the regular command. Does everyone here have a Facebook business page created yet? You
Don't know how to use it.
I've got one that's a link to my personal account that's separate from it.
Okay.
Should I set up a new one? If I'm just starting out, even my colleague's address.
It's probably gonna be the,
Internets and
right, it's gonna be the easiest in the long run.
to do it so.
Yeah. How I recommend everyone having theirs set up is you have your personal, here, I'll just go ahead and walk you guys through this really quick, just in case anyone doesn't know. You'll go ahead and go to your personal Facebook page. You'll go to the top menu right up there on the top right. Go to the menu, go down to pages. And then here in the top left, you can create a new page. These are two of my businesses that I have going, some tattoo design, and then my marketing and design company. But you can go right over here and create a new page. And then that way, all of your pages are going to be under that one Facebook account, and you can switch at any moment. All right, so once you get here to your command, you're going to be under the regular just command tab. If everyone's familiar with these, the campaigns is going to be a megaphone. I'm pretty sure that's what they designed it to be. I'm not sure if it's a megaphone, but it looks like a megaphone to me. So once you get to campaigns with the megaphone, you're going to get to your main page. Right here, you can quickly access some tutorials, tips, and training. And they also provide some templates for social posts. So once you get here, the first thing you're going to want to do before you ever run an ad is go to the top right underneath your profile and go ahead and go to settings. And this is where you are going to have all of your personal information, your assets, global settings for your themes of your ads, and your personal information. So you want to make sure your personal information is correct. Your brand is branded correctly. Sometimes it might put in a regular or a random KWDBA name. So it could, if you have the Lake of the Ozarks, for example, somewhere in your command, it might try to upload that. So this is where you would control all of your assets and your background information. Here is going to be in a very important step. You have your Facebook Ads Manager. And somewhere around here, right up top, you have your Facebook post scheduling. These two are pretty important. On Facebook, I don't know if you guys have noticed when you go to make a post, instead of posting it right then, you can also schedule out a post. On Facebook, it kind of makes you do it one at a time. You have to create the post, then schedule it, then create a new post, schedule it. On this tool, once you connect your account, which I'm going to go, I haven't connected my account yet. I previously had it, but I disconnected it so we could go through this together if you need to. But that your Facebook post scheduling is going to be your social posts. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to go ahead and connect the Facebook. I can go back for you. I'm on post scheduling Facebook. Yep, connect your personal account. As long as that personal account is the account you use to create your Facebook business page. Yep. Yep, it's gonna.
It'll eventually ask you which page you want to connect to.
And as well, now since we're here, the Instagram post scheduling, a lot of these ads are compatible to be ran through Instagram and Facebook at the same time. It will double your ad spend because you're on two separate platforms, but it will use that one ad that you create and go ahead and post it on both platforms. So if you want to go ahead and you have an Instagram that you're using for your real estate, feel free to go ahead and connect that. This is the business suite that we're talking about, if no one's seen it. It's heavy, very infographic heavy and data heavy. So it can be intimidating for beginners. So we'll get into that, but like we talked about, you can plan out your posts, set up your ads, create your campaigns in here. It's just going to be a little bit more almost blotchy, if that's a word that you could use for it. It's just kind of very dense. So once everyone's got their Facebook's scheduling connected, we'll go down here to the Facebook Ads Manager. And I'm having the same problem that he had, where it's grayed out. You guys might be grayed out as well. They changed their new terms of service with their new paid ads program. I think it just changed 2022 or 2023. Pretty recent. So you'll go down here to the red paid ad settings right underneath it. And it should show you a checklist of some things. Let's see. Yeah, it should have a checklist. Looks like this. So
Add Facebook page.
correct. And then continue with Facebook. And it should say connect or reconnect down here. And that should automatically have you, it should automatically sign for you the terms of service. And then add Facebook page, whichever one you're planning on running ads on. You can add multiple Facebook pages as well. You just go right back up here and add Facebook page and then do another one. We're on Facebook pages under assets. Right below it is going to be leads and then media library. So your leads, this is going to be another way. There's so many ways you can check your leads from your campaigns that you've gathered. This is one way if you happen to be in your assets. But before you build your first campaign, I recommend uploading all of your assets. So any logos that you plan on using in your ads, listing pictures, I wouldn't worry about that. That will come later in the ad building process. But go ahead and get your Keller Williams Tri-Lakes logo put in there of asset that you're going to want to have on your ad. I just have a little video here. Just a tip for your posts that you're scheduling, your social posts, those, keep in mind, those are only going to be showed to people that are already doing business with you, are already interested in doing business with you, and already know your Facebook profile page. They already know who you are. They've already interacted with you in some way to hit friend. Your ads that you run, your campaigns, those are going to be shown to people that have no idea who you are. But your social posts, when you're scheduling them, keep in mind, they're not going to be shown to random people. They're not going to really, they will generate leads from the people that already know you, people who want to work with you, and people who have already worked with you. So that's your goal with your social posts. Keep that in mind. They're not really to build new traffic or new leads. And that's what ads are going to be for. So you're going to go back to your name up here in the top right. Go down to settings. It's going to take you back to that page where we connected our Facebook scheduling and the ads manager. So you go to settings. It's going to take you to this main page. Go down to connect settings. It's going to show you marketing profile. So this is what everyone is going to see. This is your marketing profile. When you run ads, this is what's going to be pushed out to people. So it says right here, the recommended size is 360 by 360 pixels. So that's only one part. It even says it down here for the other one. I think this.
You went to profile or settings?
I went to settings. Yeah, you'd think it'd be under my profile, but it's settings and then connect settings. But so right here it says it has to be a JPEG, PNG format, and smaller than 1 megabyte. So I'm guessing that's what you ran into, Preston, was it was just a little too big. So to a quick, easy way to resize something, I just pop it in Canva. And then when you hit download, shrink the bar. There's a little slider bar where you can expand the image or make it smaller, the file size. Just run it down to 360
And where are you doing that?
Canva. But yeah, you can use anything really. Canva's just the quickest.
It is, yeah. Yeah, because it's saying mine's bigger than 1 megabyte. I won't take it. So.
Yeah.
It's like Canva.
Canva with CANVA. Yep. And it should be free to resize it. So here you can put in your agent license number, your name, the team name. And if you're a part of a team,
Mine auto-populated all that.
Perfect.
That's what's out there.
and you can even add a branding slogan here. Your credentials, affiliations, and your bio, contact information, and market center logo. Compliance, that's probably going to be something that you guys want to include. It will give you the option to do this again in the ad builder. I would imagine if you put it here that it's going to populate it for you. But this is probably where you'd want to put each office is independently operated and owned. Or you could do that in your legal footer as well. Upload an image that says that if you want. Here you can add your external links to your Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and your Google Analytics ID. The Google Analytics ID, don't even worry about it unless you've already got it. We'll go over that on Thursday if you're interested. That'll be for tracking Google ads. So after you've got that set up, what you're going to go ahead and do is create the post. We're going to go ahead and go all the way to the left to our main menu over here. Third one from the bottom, it's going to look like a paintbrush on a square. That's going to be your designs where you can create all of your posts. And this is where you're going to create your actual posts, the images that are going to be on your ads. So once you hit create a design command, it allows you to make an email design if you want to send email marketing blasts or drip campaigns or smart plans even. That's where you can design a smart plan. You can do social posts, prints, and video. For Facebook, in our realm, we're going to stick to social and video. That's what you're mostly going to have to deal with. For today, we're going to go ahead and do social. This is where your social posts will be. Some templates that they've created for you. You can do all kinds of things. Coming soon flyers, for sale flyers, just listed, open house, just sold, which just solds are actually pretty important for marketing. It lets people know that you are completing transactions. You are in business. People are using your service. What we're going to be focusing on today. So the three main posts that you're going to be seeing and using in here is going to be listings. Hope everyone can see that. Listings right here on the left. Lead generation, so commercial. But all the extra stuff, so land, if you're into land, that one would be something you use. All these other ones, I kind of keep for social posts. For example, a holiday, they've got holidays here, great for social posts. What do we have coming up next? Halloween, Thanksgiving, Memorial, Labor Day. Here we go.
Whatever.
Let's see if they have anything. Doesn't look like it. Happy Rocky. Guessing a Hinduist holiday. Happy Raksha. Native American, maybe. But so here, if you wanted to go ahead and create your own or edit one, you could. For whatever holiday you want for Labor Day. Let's see. Relaxation Day. I like that one. Yeah, you're good. Welcome, beautiful fall. But okay, so anyway, back to the topic. What we're going to be using is we're going to be making a listing today. So for listings, you go under listings, they'll show you all the options you can do, just listed, just sold, and on Thursday, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to actually create your listing presentations. And how to actually schedule them and run them as an ad, or to even post them as a social post. So that way, if you have a client who's all the way in California wanting to move down here, and you have to go through your listing presentation, you can set it up to be kind of automated for them. Takes a little bit of work off your hands.
So I checked that little box and picked out my listing. Is it supposed to pull that information in from the MLS?
Correct. Yep. So I'll go over that really quick. So I went to just listed. And I'm gonna pick this first one for the example. There's gonna be a, once you highlight it, there's gonna be a pin, a red pin in the top right that says edit. Let's see. So to get it to populate your MLS, you're gonna go down on the bottom left menu to the house. It says KWLS. You're gonna go here, search for KW listing. You can do MLS number. I would actually prefer to do listing address because I don't have any personal listings yet. So I'm gonna do 123 something. This is pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag any one of those images over from that listing that you just searched up. And I believe it did go ahead and populate the address. So as well, all of these little images and things, if they don't populate or you want to change something, feel free. All those assets that I had you upload, your logo, your headshots, your QR code, that will be accessed under logos, elements, and images. So if I had a logo, I can go here. So some of this is, I haven't imported any of this. This is all stock images from Keller Williams. You can drag them over, place them wherever you like, wherever looks decent. You've got your own images that you can upload. To get to those, they'd be under My Assets. Go to Images, My Assets. You can change the font, the size. And there is some stock little graphics here that you can use. If you have a Shutterfly subscription, you can access Shutterfly through here. It's going to be under stock. But I believe some of them are free. I don't know if you guys see this or not, but there's the price down there on the bottom. The price. Would you guys personally include the price?
I've noticed a lot of people not including it, so they can call it.
Kind of. Half of us do, half of us don't. Okay. Yeah, depends on the price. I think you guys kind of have a feel for where I'm going with that. You nailed it, Heather. People are kind of up in the air about if you should include the price. You can take it a step further. And some people will argue to not even include the address name. So think about it this way. If the house, when people are scrolling or they see an ad pop up on Facebook of a beautiful home, if they stop to look at it, they stopped to look at it because of the picture of the home. What do they want to know next after seeing the home, after the home, how much it's going to cost? If they stopped and they look at the price, they're either going to do what? They're either going to keep scrolling or click it. But if you don't put the price, now they're kind of forced to click it. If they're really interested, now they have to click it before they can know the price. The cool thing is, as soon as they click that, Facebook's gathering their information for you, and you can put it in your database. Before, and if they were scrolling and they saw the price and decided to keep scrolling, didn't collect any of their lead information, didn't get a lead. But as soon as they click that learn more button to see, oh, that's so pretty, I really do want to know the price. They click it. Now you just gathered a lead.
And I've got clients too, to that same extent though, if you put, that's the reason I don't put the address too though. They see the address, they'll just get out of Facebook.
Search it.
Zillow,
Google it, yeah.
and then they got everything they need.
Yep.
And
No, they can go to
they'll-
any agent after that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
You want them
less-
to,
less definitely.
less is definitely more. You don't want to, so I heard an example. This is kind of a stretch. But if you own a candy store, your candy is behind the counter. It's not, you're not spilling it in the floor for everyone to go grab. You want them to come to you. So with the address, you can take it a step further. And if you, like he was saying, if you have the address on there, some people will see it. They'll literally just go to Zillow, go to Google. What I would do is go to Google. I'd be like, oh, I am interested in that house, but I don't want to click on a lead. I don't want to give out any of my information. I'm going to go Google that address, find out my own information, do my own research on it. Once I have that information, I can go to any realtor. But if I had to click on your ad to figure out the address and the price, my data is already went to you. I'm on your website. I'm more likely to work with you on that listing.
And if you think that the address makes a difference, like sometimes like. I want somebody to know where it is, like it's just in Blanky or way out in the middle of nowhere or something, I'll put like. Branson area out, I won't put the address, but like Branson area, or I'll put lakefront or,
And that's
the city, but I still don't give them.
I think that's perfect. That's a perfect strategy because you're basically creating a new question for them that you're gonna have to come to you to answer. So basically, if you say in the Branson area, what's their first thought? Where in the Branson area?
Mhm.
So now they have another question that they need to come to you for. That leads me right into this. I'm sure you guys have heard this. You might have even have seen it before, but this is your funnel. Or a funnel, the buyer funnel. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain this funnel to you. Is anyone familiar with the funnel?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a term that's used quite a bit in marketing, almost in every business, so like if you're gathering leads. So a lot of people have this wrong though, or they were taught it wrong. So the top of the funnel are people Googling homes, how to buy a home, houses for sale. They're just Googling. They're people who are Googling. They can be maybe ready to buy that day. They might not be. They might just be Googling. Most people who are Googling, they're just starting. Normally, when you have a question, the first thing you do is Google it. That doesn't mean you're ready to buy. You're just looking. Those are people who you've never met before. They're not in your funnel. They're just on Google looking. But you want them to be led to your page into your funnel. So the next one right here, once they've found your funnel and they're in your funnel, so once they're in your funnel, they've either found one of your ads, seen one of your listings, they were referred to you somehow to get in your funnel, they've found you. Okay, and now that they've Googled or were on Facebook scrolling and they've seen your ad or somehow went to your website by Googling or something, they are now right here in your funnel. Now that they found your ad, they might not be ready to buy yet. they're just searching the market, they're buying. They are looking or wanting to know more about the process or the service you offer. So right now, they were just looking on Google. Now that they've found you and are in your funnel, they want the answers to their question. They're looking for information, but they might not be ready to buy yet. Next, maybe you had a really good landing page on your website that would answer every single question about that property or that service that you offer them. They are going to move on to the next stage of your funnel, and that is ready to be contacted. They might not be ready to buy, but they know that you answered their questions. You proved your value, you proved your service that you offer is valid and worth their time. So now they've landed on your landing page, they clicked on your ad. Now they're filling out your form to contact you or to be contacted. They are ready to be contacted. Now they're in this stage of your funnel. They might not be ready to buy yet. They might have just a few more questions that your website hadn't answered for them, but they're still interested. They're not ready to buy yet. So they fill out your form, you get in touch with them immediately. That same day, they're all excited. Sorry, forgot. At this stage, when they are filling out your form or have filled out your form, they are now a prospect. They're a prospecting client. They're not a lead yet. A lot of people call them leads. You can call them lead if that helps you. Technically, they're just prospects. They haven't bought anything. They haven't converted. They're just ready to be contacted. You've contacted them. The next step is they're either going to change their mind, go somewhere else, or they're ready to buy. You've convinced them of your value. They're ready to buy. And now that's a lead. You 100% know they're ready to buy. That's a lead. After they bought from you, they're still in your funnel. The funnel's not done. These people who have bought from you, ready to buy, they buy from you. After that, people who have bought from you become return customers, or they send you customers because of your great service that you did for them. Referrals. This is one of the greatest lead generation tools in the world. Word of mouth, referrals. After they bought from you, they're now here. You told them, please leave me a great 5-star Google review if you enjoyed my service. That's a referral. And as well, these return customers, they're still in your funnel. You want to keep them in that funnel. Sending them emails saying, hey, just checking in on you. Are you doing okay? Hey, do you know anyone who is trying to sell a house? So these people, honestly, is probably out of the entire funnel the most important. I mentioned earlier, these types of ads, we're doing a just listed. I told you earlier, the just sold is just as important because of this right here. Your return customers or referrals. Your return customers, they're on your Facebook page. Every listing you're going to show or post, they're going to be shown that. Maybe they bought a house from you 4 years ago and they're ready to sell, or they're ready to upgrade, or maybe the kids moved out and now they're ready to downgrade. They're still in your funnel. They're still seeing your posts every day. They are still someone you can sell to. And as well, they're still someone that you can leave impressions on. Maybe you posted an amazing house and they saw it. They're not looking to buy, but they have a kid, a son who just moved out and got married, daughter, vice versa, returning from college. They have a book group that they go to every Friday night to play cards and read with, and they say, oh, you're looking for a home? Here, I follow this realtor who sold me my home this many years ago. So your return customer, or your customers down here at the bottom of the funnel are just important, if not as more important as the other people in your funnel. After designing the template and the content that we're going to be posting, the image, we're going to go back to our main KW over here. Once we get back to the main page, we're going to go back down to that megaphone. On the left, it's going to be campaigns. So now that we're on campaigns, this will be the actual kind of fun part, unless you enjoy what we just did. So we'll create a campaign. It'll be in the top right. We're going to go to paid ad. You can do your social posts here as well, direct mail, or set up smart plans or email drip campaigns. Today, we're going to be doing paid ad because that's what you came here to learn.
Yeah, maybe someone. I don't know where I went.
Oh, you just want paid ads. Okay. Great campaign, paid ad.
Why does it look like totally two different pages?
Yeah, I don't know why they can't just have one simple thing for everybody.
Well, it's paid ad and then paid ad, but when you go into either, they look totally different.
So the paid ad that you were just on, the paid ad that you were just on, that's going to be your main hub to see all of the data that it collects, your leads, what campaigns you have running. So I'll go ahead and just show you that really quick. So under the paid ads that she was talking about, this little column right here, you got your dashboard, paid ads. Let's see. So down here, that's where you're going to see all of your actual campaigns that you have running. All right, so we're going to go back up to create campaign in the top right and then hit paid ad. And this is where you're going to see all of the different types of ads you guys can build on command. So we've got a listing. It'll say what type of form you can use. So you can use a single image or video on this first listing. The second listing is going to be a multi-image carousel. So you can have multiple images. A multi-listing. So if you want to go ahead and have multiple listings at once, maybe you have multiple listings in a certain area, or you're planning on geo farming. Multi-listing, this one right here will come in handy. And I'll go over geo farming here in a minute. So as well, you guys might be noticing the Facebook and the Instagram up here. So that is going to show you what platforms you can run these types of ads on. Down here, all the way at the bottom, really cool. They just added the TikTok one. It's going to be short form media video upload. To the left of it, you can do attract buyers and sellers. And you'll notice there's a new logo. If anyone's familiar with that, that's going to be Google AdSense. So basically, these types of ads right here with Google AdSense, those are going to be those little banners, those pop-up banners on people's websites. If you're scrolling on a website, you get those random pop-ups on the side. That's what those are going to be. So if anyone has a Google AdSense account added to their website and you pay for an AdSense ad, it will get put on those people's websites.
I would have to question how effective those are, because when they come up, they annoy the crap.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, they do.
That must be why they're all the way at the bottom. This next one right here, they attract sellers and they attract buyers. You'll notice it only has a Google. So that is going to be when someone Googles realtor in Branson West or Branson or Table Rock Lake, anywhere like that, and you get to choose keywords, your SEO, all that stuff that people. So SEO, search engine optimization. Basically, you're going to be putting in words that you think people are going to be Googling, typing in Google, that you want to show up for. So like I said, someone Googles realtors in Branson West or Branson, and you paid for you put those words in your ad. When someone Googles that, it will show a sponsored tab and then shows sponsored realtors at the top of the first page of Google. So,
What's an ad like that cost?
so you got to create your ad spend. Let's see, we can go into it really quick.
No, it's a rabbit trail. You don't have to, you don't have.
You're fine. It doesn't take long. So this is what all of your ads are basically going to look like when you're building. It's going to start with your targeting, the audience, where you want to send people, the details. So these are going to be your keywords that I was talking about. Realtor. Maybe if I could spell. Man. You can tell this isn't my computer.
And then you're in front of people.
Thankfully, not too many. But the negative keywords, so those are going to be words that you don't want to show up for. So basically, the price on these ads are based on the words that you choose. So you're paying to be shown higher if someone types in that word. So Branson might be expensive. Realtor won't be too expensive. But depending on your words that you select, once you go to, unfortunately, I'll just
Lakefront.
build this really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Lakefront, that would be a little bit more pricey than just a suburban home. Let's see. Go ahead and create this for you guys real quick. So over here, you'll always see your ad preview. You can change all of this. You can change what it says. So how it says keyword. If someone typed in Branson Realtor, that's what it would say right here. And then it would say the ad that you type out. I'll go on to the next part. So monthly budget, you'll get to set it. It says, we suggest running Google search ads longer to develop the quality and leads. Payment will be charged 12 hours prior to your renewal date every month. And it looks like you can set the start date right here. And then up here is where you can edit the actual name. Let's see, set your budget. Welcome. Of course, put in your billing. And you will get charged immediately for any ad, by the way.
So what are the increments? The increments are.
Looks like 250.
Right, but so my question is, what does that give you? So if I went to the 500 level, versus 250, that gets me longer, or does it give me more penetration, or?
So normally it's going to be more penetration. So I would imagine it's going to probably, depending on what price you put, it's going to suggest more words. So see how it's changing changing my words around there a little bit. It's going to be more direct. It's going to put your name at the top.
Yeah, you can move up.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's say, here, I'll actually go to Google right now to show you what that's going to look like. So I'm pretty sure Heather actually might show up. Oh, Parker Stone, he shows up. So see right here, it says sponsored. Number 2 in the list, number 1 in the list, I guarantee is paying $1,000, maybe, I don't know. They're going to be paying more than these other guys.
Right?
I think it's depending on how long, let me see. So the start date, and then I think you can cancel it, but it charges you.
It says renewed every month.
Yeah. Yeah, 12 hours prior to your renewal date every month is when you'll get charged. Let's see, so that's what that'll look like. These ads right here, see Ramona's got one. So I'm guessing the more real estate page, that's going to show you all the extra ones that are paying like the 250, the cheap one. See how there's a lot more. For today, we're just going to do the first one, a listing, single image or video. First things first is it's going to ask you the Facebook page that you want it to run on. Got looks like you can link a new page as well. This is where your MLS is going to come in handy. Next, you're going to add your MLS. So a tip for this is you're gonna want to go to filters and make sure you're on street address. Or I guess if you want to, if it has an MLS ID, that works too. But you are definitely gonna want to have a filter on. Because there is a lot of MLSs or a lot of listings in MLS.
Where was the filter at?
It's gonna be that top one up there. Top in the left, top left corner.
Why did click on the listing?
Okay, so they've just changed the format of it. Now you type it in as a value instead of just a regular search bar. So I'm gonna go to my made up listing that I have. Once you select your listing, that's where it's gonna import all of that information. The house, I don't know why it's listed as 15,000. I'm gonna choose another one just to show you that it actually does import it. So that last one was 15,000 or 1,500, sorry. This one's almost 450,000, I think it said. So went ahead and imported all that, imports the bed and bath. And you will be able to change that picture. So don't get too obsessed with the look of it just yet. The next thing is going to be targeting. Oh, as well, guys, if you're not seeing any of your listings on there, you might have to sync your MLS to your listings. And does everyone know how to do that? Sync their listings?
No.
Okay, I can definitely show you that really quick. Okay, to sync, I'm going to open up a new command tab, by the way. It's going to be a lot easier than having to go back and forth. So it might be easier for you guys too. So once you get back to the home, to sync your listings, you're going to go to all the way down to listings. It's going to be the second from the bottom. And then up here in the top right, beside create new listing, it's going to say sync my MLS. So if you sync your MLS, it's going to show you, well, it should sync for you. I don't have any listings, so it's not going to show anything. But that is for if your actual listings aren't showing up here. You'll have to sync them. Next is going to be the targeting. You get to choose here where you want it to be shown. Your target market. So you can do a custom location, and it says you can do up to 10 locations. Depending on what you do. So let's say I do Reed Spring. That's where I live, by the way, so that's why I always use it. It's going to show 15 miles, a circle around Reed Spring. Let's say I want to do Reed Spring and I want to do Texas because I'm listing a ranch. And I know a lot of people in Texas somewhere will get specific with Oklahoma County in Oklahoma. It's going to show to 15 miles around all three of those locations, and you can add up to 10. You can change your target radius all the way up to 50. Yeah, there we go. So you can change it all the way up to 50 miles. Your radius is actually kind of important. It's going to play into your ad spend and how much you are actually going to want to spend. And I kind of have a math problem, super simple math problem for you guys to determine a good radius and a good ad spend. So the other option is listing location. The listing location for my listing that I picked, it was in Charlotte. So if I have it set to listing location right here, it's going to take that listing and show your target radius around that listing. And then right now I have it set at 50, so it's going to show 50 miles around my listing. Your media type down here, if you have images or video that you'd like to do, let's say we have a video, you have to select video, or you can do image. So if you hit image and hit that right drop down box, it's going to have all of your images from your MLS that you can choose from. So this might help Heather, since that one listing wasn't showing up. As well, you can upload that image that you just created earlier from that template. You can upload that. And a really interesting feature that I recommend is this AI button in your body text and your headline. I normally recommend doing both. It's actually pretty good and gets the point across. A marketing tip for you, though, is demographic research can play into your marketing strategy here. And it can help you turn those people that are just reading your listing into people that actually want to click on your listing. So an example that I like to use, I guess I used a ranch earlier. If I was listing a ranch here, or even just a very expensive property, I'm going to try to use my text to play onto the interests of someone who can afford that house. If it's an apartment in a skyscraper, I'm not going to be marketing like it's a cheap option, affordable option, because people that can afford that, they aren't cheap. They don't care about affording. They have money, just an example that I'm using. So I'm going to probably say this is a super luxurious apartment on the 13th floor of an executive office building or something, I'm going to make it appeal to those certain people. For the ranch example, in my body's text over here, I could put a beautiful property with 13 acres of pasture with great hunting land. I'm gonna try to utilize and leverage my text of my ad to get people to convert. For now, I would just go over there and have AI write you something. So you're going to go to that body text box where you would type it in, and you should see a smiley face and then a wand. That wand, if you click that wand, that's going to be your write with AI.
You just put your keywords in.
Yeah. So I do like to keep my content short. People on Facebook, when they see a beautiful home, they're looking at the beautiful home. They don't really want to read too much about it unless they click. If they click, that's when they want to receive information. On Facebook, they're trying to be entertained, waste their time. So I try to keep this short. I like to put 3-bed, 1-bath. So I'd probably, for this example, the AI typed out, it's actually pretty short, pretty good. You can change the style of how it's written. You can have it written artistically, practical, vibrant, caring, emotional. I feel like there's a couple other options as well. If you want to change this to more artistic, let's say it's a home that is going to appeal to an artist. Maybe it's one of those very fancy modern homes, not a cowboy type of person home. You're probably gonna want your verbiage to be artistic. If you're trying to sell an artistic modern Frank Lloyd or Frank Lloyd home, so these are just marketing tools to better leverage your ad. You're spending money on this. You want it to have as much leverage as possible. So I do recommend trying to play around with this to target the specific people that are going to be looking at this home or be interested in this home. Here, your headline right beside your body text, Your headline is pretty important. Number of bed and baths, that's a big deal to people when they're looking for a home. They want to know how many beds and baths there are, if there's a garage. So you can include a garage. Or you could just say, have AI write you something. So live close to the action in Charlotte, 3-bedroom home with flex space, garage, and private yard for only 300K. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of most of it. So I don't want the price. I want them to actually click and find that out. I want them to come to my website. I want them to gather their information. So I'm gonna just put 3-bedroom home with flex space, garage, and private yard. Or let's say this would be where I would put 13 acres of pasture for my rancher that I'm wanting to market or target. So next is going to be a pretty important. This is where you send people once they click on your ad. Me personally, I believe that Facebook does a good enough job. Sometimes if you send them to your own custom landing page, depending on their preference, they might think it looks bad. They might think it looks cluttered. So it's just at that point, if they get on your website and they don't like it, they can just be like, nah, you know what? I don't want to work with this person. I don't want to hire this agent. Or their value isn't shown through their website, through their landing page, you know. So you have a couple options here. You can enter your URL to send them to. A landing page or a team app link, which comes in handy if you are working on a team. And I'll go over that on Thursday, the utilization of a team on Facebook ads. So your landing page, it's going to have a couple options here for you to choose from. These are all going to be pages that are on your Keller Williams website. So as of right now, I don't have a landing page. I just have the basic standard pages. So I'm going to show you guys how to create a landing page really quick. Would that benefit you guys? So I'm going to go to that second tab that I have open so I don't have to go back. Once I'm on the main homepage, I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom one now to where it says websites. I'm going to edit my site. If it looks like this for you, that's bad. We don't like this. We're going to go up to the top right and go to expert mode because we're experts. All right, so now that you guys are here, it's going to start out with the quick start. These are going to be your templates for most of the main pages that you're going to need to create. So right here, I think this will answer that question that I told you about earlier. This might help you. So do you guys have the property landing page template?
Yeah.
Okay, so for listing, that's the one we're going to use. Because after, I'll go back just so you guys know what I'm talking about. Right here, after Facebook, after they click learn more on your ad right here, once they click learn more because they want to know the price of this beautiful home, you entice them with your verbiage. Now they want to know more. They click learn more. Facebook collects their information, collects them as a lead at that point. And now where are they going to go? So if they're clicking on this listing, you want to send them to that listing. So we're going to go back to our dashboard where we're creating a new page. We're going to click on property landing page. And now it's going to have basically a pretty stock contact form. That's not what we need. We need the actual listing. So over here, featured listing or MLS. This is where all that is going to get imported from. So let me double check because I made up a listing. So I want to make sure it's the same listing. I chose 3539 Shamrock Drive. So I'm gonna type that in here, 2539 Shamrock Drive.
So I just type in mine.
Yep. So it might take a minute, but that's how you know it's loading. Hasn't frozen yet. And it will start to import all that information right there for them to get to. So after they clicked that and Facebook gathered their information for you as a lead, they get automatically directed right here to have all their questions answered. They can look into these pictures. They can look into the area. There's even a tab on here where you can put search school zones in this area. They've got the main information at the top with the price. See, this is nice. And this is why we didn't include the price earlier. We still answered it for them right away, but we gathered their information first. So that way now we have them in our database. Now we can put them on an email drip campaign to be like, hey, you haven't bought a home yet. Are you looking? How much is your home? Do you even know? You want to sell? You know, now you can start touching them. You've got their information. Before they already saw the price on Facebook and kept scrolling. You didn't get to touch them at all. Page title, unfortunately, it is required. I believe we can hide it though. But I would just go ahead and put
The address.
yeah. This will also help you keep organized because now this listing is the title. If you try to find this page, when you go back, I'll show you here in a minute. Once you try to find this page, now it's actually labeled as a listing. Feature image, it looks like you can change the image to have a certain one that's the focal point. If there's a certain picture that just stands out, it's like the HGTV cover picture, feel free to use that as the custom one. Looks like you can even put a custom video to be the featured video if you have video on there on your MLS feed, or just the default listing image. Awesome. And it looks like it went ahead and populated that one for me.
So,
Oh, wow. And it puts it right at the top. And then below is where they can go and look at the rest of the pictures.
oh, that's if you put it on the top.
If you continue on past the images, here is going to be the page's contents. You've got the property landing core details, the agent information, and you can change these around too. Image carousel of the rest of the houses, the map view, and this is where you would add right down here, add module. If you wanted that school search and the school zone search, you can add that for them to go to after their information has been collected on Facebook. You're going to want to publish it.
Did you get your school search to paste on yours too?
I didn't.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, I had to remove it, unfortunately. Yep, so you'll publish in the top right after removing that school form. It was not working. So right here, that's going to be the URL that you want to remember. You might be able to copy link address, but I think we're gonna have to do it a different way. Okay, yep. So you can just copy that URL right there. Right click and copy it. It's gonna be in the top right there. And that's after publishing it. So once you have that copied, sorry to go off on that sidetrack. We're gonna go back to the campaigns that we just created for that listing. So, okay, now that we're here, we've got our Heather, the listing location or the custom location. So the custom location, you can put up to 10 different locations and set your radius. That's going to be a circle around those locations. You can go up to 10, or if you do the listing location, it's going to show you, right now I have it set to 15. It's going to show me 15 miles around this property. Now that we're at this part, the listing location will come in handy when you set your budget, and that's where you're at, right, Tom?
Yep.
Okay, so we've picked our images, Heather, we went down to body text, and we used AI, that little wand by the emoji. And basically, we just had that write us out something really quick. You can even, if you see where I have this up, if you click on here, you can add street address, city, MLS ID, price, any of that stuff, and it will automatically populate from your MLS.
Change style.
Yep, so you can change the writing style. Let's say you're selling a Frank Lloyd Wright, I think I'm saying that right, home. You're gonna be probably marketing to an artistic person, someone who values architecture. So maybe artistic or practical. And then you can have it rewrite you something else. And just hit apply. The headline, I try to keep that short. I don't put the price. I normally try to put bedroom, bath, the key point. It looks like you can add a logo. Don't know what that does.
Have you imported your listing? The number of beds and baths populates automatically.
Mm-hmm.
And then so after that, Heather, we get down to our URL and landing page. So that's why we created a landing page, because there's 3 different options here. So you can have them sent to your team app, to where they can see all of your team's listings. The URL, enter URL. So used for the learn more button.
Your HTTPS is double.
Thank you.
Mine was too, that's how I know.
Thank you. So that was the page we just created, and basically it was the listing page that we created for them to go directly there. Here, I think I saw it pulled up. Right here. So that's what we created this for. Just so after they clicked our learn more button, Facebook will gather all their information and then they get sent directly to that listing. I believe if you wanted to, you could just go to, it'd be a little bit harder, but you could go to your KW website. So that's the one we just created, this one. They would get taken there. Or, let's see, you could have it take them to your actual, here, I'll go to right here. You could have it take them here. 1, 2, 3. Key one. So instead of building your own page, guys, you can do it this way too. It's just not going to have as much information for them. It's going to be the stock listing just like this. And you can literally just control copy that URL and post that one as well, but it doesn't have your contact form or anything like that. It just has a basic.
I'm maybe speaking turn, but you can also go to your MLS, pull up your listing, and then do a permalink, and that permalink will go straight into all this information. Now, it may not look like that or on the phone, but
Yeah, correct. The only reason I didn't do that was because I wasn't sure if they could, are you guys allowed to show your MLS feeds to your clients?
That's public.
yes,
Okay.
because if you go to our website, well,
If you use the public, don't use the agent listing or the agent view,
yeah, well, the permalink only gives a
It
public,
gives the public.
Oh,
Only
awesome,
view.
awesome.
Yeah.
that's only public.
Okay.
So yeah, that's another way. That sounds like a good way to do it. I wasn't for sure how much you could
Because
show
now,
from
now
that.
that like takes out this whole,
Creating a landing page. Yeah, that one was kind of just a sidetrack to show you guys you can create your own landing pages if you want. So
but this landing page looks a lot better than
It does.
the MLS permalink.
Right.
Because the MLS permalink, sometimes on the cell phones, it's not very friendly.
No, but this looks good for a phone.
Yes.
so the landing page as well that you just created, if you go to the landing page option there, you'll find that title that you just made for that listing right there. And so you don't have to use the, so you don't have to use the link. But the URL part, so that would automatically take them there.
That's why you can do a copy.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, because my landing page showed it.
Yeah, I don't have, where it says preview URL, I don't have any of that underneath my box.
So if you don't have
URL.
anything in there, if you don't have anything in there, it won't. You gotta put a URL, and if it's a wrong URL, it'll say like error. Like if I had
That I don't
It'll say
get- I
invalid.
don't get any of those words on mine.
And are you on inner URL or landing page?
Custom landing page URL required. Oh, I need to do the landing page?
You can do either one. Landing page will take you to your page that you just created, all the pages on your website. If you wanted to have them after they click on your ad to go straight to that local school search, looks like I already have that available, or you can have them take to go download your app after they've clicked on your ad. But any external link outside of Keller Williams you can put here that you want to send them to. The only one that I could see that you'd want to send them to would be something like an Eventbrite, or Find Out More page that you created somewhere. Or like like we're doing now, we're creating you a separate website from KW. That's where you'd want it. But if you're using your KW website, just create the landing page and then you can find it underneath landing pages. So that's my landing page that we just created for this listing. The next one is tags, and that's very important for geofarming, which is what I was talking about earlier. Geofarming is basically selecting a area based on their interests, or it could be their demographics. Interests are the best. So geofarming is a way to basically market to a group of individuals better, to target them better. So basically tags, you can set these up to assign people who click on your ad as prospects. You can label them as a prospect. You can label them as a lead, a buyer. So see, it has a couple options, referral partner. So that would be for if this specific ad was like a recruitment ad instead of a listing, you can tell which leads came from this one and not a different one based on their tag. Then as well, that will help you for when you assign smart plans or assign them to an email drip campaign. Now you know, okay, my recruitment drip campaign needs to go to this tag, all the people that came from that ad. So the tags will help you stay organized with assigning people to certain smart plans, certain email campaigns, and remarketing to them. So people use buyers, sellers as tags. I like to use tags that are even more specific based on their interests. So if I got someone from this ad was a Frank Lloyd Wright house, for example, or we could use the ranch home as an example. The person that clicked on that, I now know they're interested in a ranch home. Or if it's a 12-story apartment complex skyscraper in New York that they clicked on, now I know they're into high fancy living. So I can tag them as luxurious apartment or 500K. Like if they're clicking on listings that are all above 500,000, now you know, okay, I can tag them as someone who wants to spend more than 500,000. The benefit of all that, all those tags, is if you have 10 listings that are all, or any number of listings that are all over 500,000, you can click a tag and send all of those to that person. So you can better market to them effectively and show them exactly what you think they're going to want to see. For the example of the ranch home, if I had 2 properties that came up that I'm listing that are land, they have a lot of acreage and a lot of property for them to build on, or maybe it has a barn, or maybe my specific buyer is looking for a property with a barn. I can go click all my listings with a barn and click a tag that says barn lovers or whatever, you know. Those are extreme examples. But you can, I mean, that's the power of tags. You can make them very niche, very targeted. And it's mostly used for organization. To the right, like I was saying earlier, you can automatically assign them to a smart plan. let's do my open house follow-up. Let's say I posted a open house ad and all the people that clicked on it are now leads and they're now tagged as open house. And then maybe you could put open house and then the date of when you had the open house or open house property name, property address. So that way you know. And then all those people that say this didn't say seller and this said open house, I can click seller and then automatically assign all the people that click on this to be tagged as a seller or whatever I said it was. And then they're automatically added to that smart plan. So it's kind of helps automate it. So you're getting automated touches on these people, on these leads without you having to watch your phone every 5 seconds. Zapier, has anyone ever heard of Zapier, a third-party integration app? Zapier is like MailChimp, but Zapier has certain things very advanced, but very automated. You can have it, if your phone, your email, you get a notification at all, you can have Zapier on your phone to say, you can set the rules and say, every time I get a notification from this email, I want you to send a follow-up message within 30 seconds that says, hey, how are you? So glad you contacted me. And Zapier will automatically do that. Every time you get a notification, it'll send that touch message out. You can have it, I believe so. Yeah, you should be able to.
So for instance, on this one, if we're doing something that's just listed, we're wanting to do buyers probably.
So yeah, you could have buyers and then you could,
Maybe like
And
this
then
one's
we-
5
and then
acres,
we-
so like put acreage.
acreage, we have land.
Create a new tab, okay, so I have to type it in the box.
Yeah, you have to type it in first, I think.
Acreage.
Yep, land.
ACREAGE. Acre age,
Acreage, yeah. ACREAG.
and then it would be good to put sellers on there, wouldn't it?
If
So they could
that's
see
what you
what's
like. Well, so the sellers, that one is more like if you posted an ad that was like, how much is your home? Are you looking to sell? All the people that click on that, you would know they're potential sellers. They're not looking to buy. They're just your sellers.
So buyers and acreage really is the most important in this, from what I've got there.
And the main purpose of tags is just organization.
Yeah.
So it really is up to your personal preference on what you want to label them as. Underneath, one of the last steps is your compliance. For some reason, it only shows DBA logo override. There should also be a second option. Does anyone have their disclaimer or legal custom? Okay.
I don't know what that means.
There should normally be a second one where you can include that legal footer where it says each office is independently owned and operated. Very weird that they took that away. So custom. Interesting. I would just stick with default. Yeah, I would stick with default for now because it's going to keep it to where Facebook likes it. Fix errors to continue. Let's see, no errors.
When we do custom location, are we trying to sell this? Like if I've got a listing in Kissy Mills, and this is under targeting. You have custom location, you know, like I can do different places, pulling from different states.
Oh, yeah.
People that might want to move here.
Yep,
That
100%.
would probably be more beneficial than just doing the 50-mile radius around the location.
Yeah. I think so. And I'm actually about to get into why. So you led me right into it. It's time to draw. So your budget. There is a good way to determine a budget besides just personal preference and how big your wallet is. Feel free to do that if you'd like. Basically, Facebook, the more you pay, the more.
Oh, wait a minute, so do I just, okay, never mind.
The more
Did
you,
already go to the next one?
yes, I hit next page.
So proceed to the last step?
Yeah.
Okay, because when I was talking about targeting, I was talking about the.
I follow you. So now that we've set our ad spend based on our census, this is where you'd put in your billing information. And then you'd hit create ad. And then you can always come over here and take a last peek of your ad because you will not see your ads. Facebook isn't going to show you your own ads. Because it's like you spent money. Why would I show it to you? You know?